dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. Yep, we on 7 seconds, baby. So we in like playing. Your boy OBZ here. The day is Friday. Now you see that ain't gonna even work, man. The day is Friday. This is day 122. No, 152. 152, man, and we starting to go back and starting to relook at some things with new strength. Same old exercise, same old basics, but we coming back to it with new strength, new muscles, new techniques, but it's still the same stuff, right? So I'm going for no today. Today is a big no day for me, right? We already popping and locking. Well, I started this day out with sort of a semi-miracle morning. I was listening to my boy Creflo this morning. Man, he pointed something out, man. The straight one thing right there in the Bible. The straight one thing. I can't wait to get back home and share it with my family. Because everybody's skeptical of the one thing. Even myself, right? In some areas, I believe in it. It's just having the muscles and strength to work it out and do it. You see what I'm saying? Do it to my life. That's what it is. Do it to life. I have to work it out and do it to my life. That's what I gotta do. So today, what he was talking about, and I want to share this with you because it's going in good reference to when you're going for that noise, having an anticipation of that faith to step out on that thing. You see what I'm saying? Knowing that I come in this world with all that I desire, need already on my pathway. I come in the world financed by God, right? So here's what I'm taking into the day. He said that you have to have good ground just like a farmer. Oh yeah, and another thing he pulled out in Mark chapter 4 verse 14, he was talking about the sower sowing the word. Man, there was so much insights into all that stuff. He said the sower soweth the word. And he said the word is the one thing that you need. He said, but it fell on 4 different types of ground. 3 times it didn't produce a harvest. The 4th time he did. I'm saying, man, 25%. It sounds pretty close to, that's right. That's like 80-20 right there. That's the 80-20 rule right there. Will it always be 80-20? Guys say, no, it may be 25-75. It may be a little bit closer to 85-15. 5 in either direction. But it's going to be close to that. And I recognize that you're going to have to sow. But he said one of the key things is that the seed is incorruptible. And then you sow the seed on ground. So you're going to have 3 variables there. Really only 2 variables of producing a harvest. If I ain't got a harvest in my life, it's because for one, I hadn't went for enough times. You see what I'm saying? As it said there, 25%, 75%, I hadn't went enough times. For number one, I am the sower, so I hadn't sowed enough seed. And also, if I'm the sower and I'm not getting the harvest, I should recognize that maybe it's not the seed, it's the ground. But a lot of time we look at the seed. Maybe next time. Gosh, man, we was just thinking about that. My wife planted the garden. First year was good. Second, third year, she ain't been able to get that going since. And we've been trying different kind of plants. But we know it's the ground, but we thought we had it last year. We thought we had the ground last year because we bought all organic soil. And it produced nothing, right? And so now she's gonna try it again this year, some kind of way. She got potting mix. She's gonna try this new thing. They guaranteeing that it's gonna work. She get a year guarantee on money back. So we know it's the soil, but also too we got to look at the soil. The soil got to continuously sow the seed. So sowing that seed into my life, that's what I hadn't been doing. That's been one of the missing pieces of the puzzle on this 152 days, is that even though it was the foundation, I kind of strayed away from the Bible was a revelation for me.
Matthew chapter 7.
And I hadn't been putting enough of that seed in there. That's supposed to be 7 days a week. I'm at day 152 and now I'm realizing, hey man, you done strayed off the path. Now I'm getting back on the path. You see what I'm saying? But that's what he was saying. But even though the soil is sowing the seed, but then you got to ask the question, go back to the question, which is in the ask method, right? Got to ask the question. I just had to get up and put a little juice on that thing so I ain't get put in the wrong position. But you got it spawned another question. Okay, if the seed is incorruptible and I'm the soil and I'm sowing the seed, I recognize that the seed is the one thing and I'm sowing the right seed into my life and I'm not getting the harvest, then I recognize that it's probably the ground that I'm sowing in, which is my heart. The question comes up, how can I prepare my heart, prepare my ground to be good ground? How can I go take my heart from stony ground or thorny ground or dry ground? How can I do that? And prepare my heart for the seed. How can I do that? That was a good question, right? A good question. It came up, right? So, and then it was already in the previous thing it said. And that deal is, it was Proverbs, I think it's Proverbs 4, I think. I mean, I took a picture of it anyway. It's guarding your eyes and your ears. And that's what's going in. Thing that he said, the thing that you think about the most, watch the most, speak about the most, that conditions your heart. And it conditions your heart, which is your ground, for certain types of seed. Now, that's another level, right? Because the heart is gonna be ground, right? It's gonna be ground, but it's gonna be fertile. I heard this from some. It's fertile for certain types of seed. That's from the 4 agreements. It's gonna be fertile for certain types of seed. And then that certain types of seeds gonna give you your harvest, which is your outward life. So you can look at your outward life and look at your harvest that you're getting, and then then trace it backwards to the heart, and to the seed. Cause some ground won't, you change the pH in the soil and stuff. Certain grass, certain trees, certain things won't grow in certain ground. Now if you got something growing that you don't want to grow, you want to grow something else, then you can change the pH of that soil, where this won't grow as quickly, but this grows quicker. You change that pH. So you can change the ground, just like in the natural, the ground can be changed. You're not hopeless. The case is not hopeless, the ground can be changed. But it still go back to the spirit, man. It still go back to the soil. The soil changes the ground. See what I'm saying? The soil changes the ground, is what I'm saying. But that's gonna be the main thing. The soil changes the ground, it changes the soil, it does all that stuff. So that's what you gotta do. And how you do that? You do that by what you're watching, what you're listening to, your music you listen to, who you're listening to. Because with these phones, how much time you're spending in the Word, how much time you're spending in, on YouTube or the news or whatever. That's what you gotta do. Just look at your day. Look at your day, see what you got going on. Just look at your day, see what you got going on, and go from there. That's all you gotta do. I thought that was a good revelation, you know what I'm saying? I thought that revelation was pretty snazzy. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna be going for no. I'm gonna be asking the tough questions. I'm gonna be calling the tough clients. What I call tough clients. I'm gonna be calling them. But they ain't tough clients. I'm gonna be asking my question. The next question where I normally wouldn't ask is not a tough question because the parent obstacle advantage upon my approach. It's not a tough question. It's that I've been making assumptions and taking things personally and making me not ask the question from fear of getting to know, but I'm going for the no. Peace out.